On the show that shakes the Southland, Clemson Sports Talk Lawton Swan with you and joining the program here on a Friday, a football Friday, ahead of Clemson and Georgia matching up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Clemson Tom will be arena to go 1-on-1 with a great one. Tom, what's up, big guy?
Hey, brother. I'm in New York City right now.
Hold on, what? The game's in Charlotte. It's in Charlotte.
No. I'm in New York.
I understand. Clemson's not. They're playing in Charlotte.
Yes, well aware. I know the plane dropped me off at the wrong place. It's not my fault.
Is this accurate? Is this true?
Yeah, sir, are we in New York City?
Yes, sir.
See, I told you, New York City.
New York City, man, Times Square.
Times Square, the man said. Times Square, New York City. He's not lying.
Tom, okay, I need clarification. I thought you had a hotel in Charlotte. What's happening here?
Well, what had happened was, Swanee, is your boy CT got a hotel room in Charlotte, made some verbal plans with your favorite golfer's golf coach, who's also from Clemson and is a big Clemson fan. Right along the day your son was born, his birthday happens to be my birthday. My wife surprised me with plane tickets to New York for our wedding anniversary, which just happens to be next weekend. But we're here celebrating it this weekend. So magically, I had to cancel the plans in Charlotte, and here I am in New York.
Where are you watching the game tomorrow?
We are actually, it's gonna be decent. We're gonna be with the Clemson Club of New York. They've got a whole shindig planned up here, so it's gonna be awesome. So there's gonna be a few. Apparently, there's a big crowd up here in New York of Tigers. So I'm gonna be well taken care of, surrounded by orange, cheering on the Tigers. So I'll be good.
Yeah, I remember ESPN Game Day did a segment on all of those, college venues and stuff, that the bars up in those areas that are sort of the home for all the alumni in the area. So it should be really neat. But I'm not going to lie, Tom, when we came on, I was expecting a backdrop of Game Day with you. I was expecting fans in the background. I was not expecting New York City. I'll say that.
We've been bouncing around different places, seeing the sights. Tomorrow before 7:30, we're going to be seeing some more sights. It's honestly not a bad little town.
It's a weird question. I was going to ask you, is it crowded? I mean, because the times that I've been to New York City, it's been so crowded.
No,
but
it's not that bad. And all the weather reports about it was being flooded and everything else, it looks normal. Like, there's no flood, there's no nothing. Apparently they had a bad storm, but everything looks fine. It's been great. We did some shopping today. I tried to hit up Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're actually in California. Couldn't meet up with them. Yeah, I know it's sad times. It is what it is.
Have you seen any Clemson gear? This is a legit northerner, southerner question. Have you seen any Clemson gear outside of your own?
I have not. However, your boy's wearing a Clemson polo, Clemson socks, Clemson shoes. I'm Clemson out. But I did at the W that we're staying at. He is from Augusta, Georgia. He is a big Georgia fan. And we had a little friendly smack talk, obviously. And he's got family that's been Clemson people up there. So the Lemon family, I know you're probably listening to the show because you're all Clemson fans. Your cousin, nephew up here in New York City is taking care of me.
Dude, the Lemons are from Barnwell.
The Lemons? He's
the
Lemons from Augusta.
No, that's got to be our Lemons. We're you can throw a stone to Augusta from my hometown.
Well, then there you go. It's probably the same people. Small world, brother.
Yeah, you tell him I said shout out to the CSRA. He'll know what you're talking about.
All right, let's see him again. Be CSRA.
The CSRA. That's the Central Savannah River area, Tom. A lot of people don't know that.
He'll know.
Oh, yeah, only the locals. Only the locals know that one. Clemson Tom with us here on a Friday afternoon, the fans' perspective. So did you watch Ohio State last night, Tom? Did you watch the Buckeyes? And your takeaway?
I did. Honestly, man, they're a second-half team. Ryan Day can coach them up at halftime, brother. That is one thing about them that's good to go. But, no, we stayed up late watching the games. Our flight left at like 4 in the morning. So I tried to stay awake as much as I could and try to sleep on the plane, but it didn't really work out in my favor. But no, we had all the games on. Man, it was so much fun just to have football back on the TV. Ohio State, I don't think they're not going to. They might go to the playoffs, but they're not contenders this year, in my opinion. Minnesota had them on the brinks, man. But Ryan Day has proven himself. He is a second half coach.
Man, they had some big plays too. Travion Henderson at running back. I mean, they were doing work, and that was probably the most disappointing thing if you were a Minnesota Golden Gopher fan, right? Is that it wasn't like Ohio State had these huge sustained 12-play drives to score. I mean, it was one play over the top and done. I mean, that's frustrating as all get out.
Yeah, it definitely was. You know, I was rooting for Minnesota too because, I mean, everybody in America hates Ohio State, but Ohio State fans.
Tom, let me ask you something. I know how your mom feels about South Carolina fans and how she feels about the Gamecocks. But is there any chance at all that you feel like, or can you get behind Shane Beamer at all, just a little bit? I mean, it seems like such a good story. They put out a thing on social media the other day. Maybe it came out yesterday. I thought it was great. I mean, they really are. And look, I'm the Clemson guy, but I can tell when people are doing the right things. And Shane Beamer's doing the right things. Do you still just hate him no matter what? There's nothing that I can say to you.
No, here's the thing is I don't really hate the players or the coaching staff or anything like that. It's really just the idiot fans that they have. I mean, the coaches didn't give me death threats. The coaches didn't give Xander death threats. It was the dumb fans that they have. But, you know, what I think is funny is for the longest time they made fun of Clemson because of Dabo being a quote-unquote cheerleader coach and all this other nonsense. But they couldn't get a coach to win. And then now they have a quote-unquote cheerleader coach. And now all of a sudden they don't want to talk about that. So I do think it's funny. I think it's a good storyline. I do like what they're trying to bring back to the program. No, I don't like them. No, here's the weird thing. I want them to do well because it makes the rivalry fun. But at the same time, you know, when our game is done at whatever time and their game's on next and you're watching them play Tennessee or whoever it is that they're playing and they're up by like 2 touchdowns and the other team they're playing slowly but surely comes back and beats them and you watch them implode on Twitter and then I stream it on iHeartRadio to the fourth quarter show that they got going on and the fans are imploding on air. It brings me so much joy in that it's laughable. So it's a yes and a no. But I kind of need them to do good because it makes the rivalry fun. But beating them and watching them lose when they think they should win the East or a national championship or go to a playoff when clearly they can't, and watching reality set in, it doesn't get much better for me than that.
Clemson Tom with us here on a Friday afternoon. So from the opposite side of things, I mean, have you talked to Carolina Clint? How is Carolina Clint dealing with the run of success Clemson has had as of late?
I'm sure. Carolina Clint. The funny thing about the Carolina Clint character that I created, we created it based off.
Hold on, what? Oh, Carolina Clint's a character?
Oh, come on now. I created Carolina Clint by basically listening to Gamecock radio during the day and just the things they would say were so atrocious. It was just laughable. But yeah, if Carolina Clint's a real guy, which I'm sure he's real, living out there on Red Bank, he's probably just giving up on the Gamecocks, but yet turning into them, you know, every Saturday.
Carolina Clint's a Alabama fan. Is that what you're telling me? Carolina Clint's now an Alabama fan.
Out there on Red Bank, he's got him a Roll Tide and a Go-Cox shirt.
Clemson Tom joined us here on a Friday afternoon. All right, Tom, Miami and Alabama. That's one of the other marquee games this weekend. Look, if there's anything, and I talked to Tommy Bowden about this earlier, and I brought this up to several people throughout the offseason. I mean, if there's anything that gives Alabama trouble, it is mobile quarterbacks. I mean, that's been kind of the hitch in the giddy up for them. Can Miami keep this game close in your opinion, or is this just going to be the Crimson Tide
very close? Nope. They're going to keep it close right until the coin toss.
Okay, right until the coin toss.
Alabama needs to focus on winning the coin toss Because other than that, it's not going to be a game.
Okay, well, let me throw this to you then. So Mac Jones was named the starting quarterback in New England. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being unbelievably surprised or 1 being I'm not surprised at all, where were you on that scale when that news broke?
Not surprised at all. Watching Cam Newton throw the ball, man. Yeah. Because I love what Cam brings to the game. I love how he plays. Like, he's got a little bit of swag with him. You know, he dresses weird, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
But Cam's not Cam. Cam needs to go somewhere that has the offense that he can perform at. Maybe rest another year. But, I mean, I cannot remember the Clemson player's name that was calling him check down during preseason. But Cam cannot throw it like he used to. I mean, his ability isn't there after the injury. He might need a year or two just to rehab and come back. But, I mean, maybe he was forced. Maybe there's a little bit of an ego there. But he is not the same Cam Newton that we have watched throughout the years that has given defenses headaches and everything else, man. And it's sad to see one injury kind of take him completely out of his game.
Well, the reason I asked, because I honestly thought you were going to say that you were surprised, and I was going to say, well, maybe that means there's going to be a bigger drop-off, that there's going to be a bigger drop-off because Mac Jones was actually better than many people thought, perhaps. But hearing you, maybe not. Maybe.
I think Mac Jones is Mac Jones. I don't think he's elite. I honestly think he fell in the right place for him. That offense fits his ability. It fits everything for him. It's a perfect fit.
All right, Tom, let me ask you this. Did you happen upon social media today? And if you did you notice or did you get a chance to see DJ Uiagalelei's outfit as he makes his way up to Charlotte?
You want to talk about swag.
There we go.
Goodness. Swag test. He's going up there to do some gangster things. All right. There's going to be a hit out on Georgia, and he's just going up there to take care of it. I love it. And I showed it to Caitlin. I was like, look at this little 3-piece suit. She goes, typically I don't like a 3-piece suit, but he is rocking that suit. I'm like, he looks good. Got the hat, got the chain. He looks like a gangster. We're going to do some gangster things on offense, and we're putting a hit out on Georgia. Just call it what it is, man. But the kid looks good. Swag out, dude.
Can you see it on your screen right now?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. I got you right here.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you could actually see, the pinstripes. I mean, he's looking sharp. He'll have to be sharp, by the way, tomorrow night.
The only thing I would give him is upgrade your shoes a little bit. Maybe get a little two-toned alligator skin shoes and tip that hat down just a little bit to block your eyes. And you want to over there. He looks like a boss right there.
The gray with the blue also sort of a contrast for me. I'm not loving. You do love it. Okay.
I love it. I think what he's rocking is perfect.
Well, you're more fashionable than me. I mean, you admitted earlier you're wearing a polo. I'm in a t-shirt. I mean, the facts are the facts.
Hey, man. Hey. You know, we do what we can with what we got, and what I got is a Clemson polo, and you got a Clemson shirt on. But at the end of the day, we're both wearing winners.
That's true, Tom. Okay, so Clemson, Georgia. I know we got about 6 more minutes with you, 5.5 minutes, whatever it is. Key matchups here. I mean, before we get your prediction and thoughts on it, I mean, what are your biggest concerns for the Tigers?
Georgia's running game versus our defensive line. I want to see if the D-line can live up to the hype. I want to see if Georgia is who they say they are. Their quarterback, I mean, he's from the Pac-12. He can throw some balls here and there. Secondary's got to step it up. So I'm looking for just an all-around first game back, put up or shut up type of game. It's going to be a tone setter for the year, but we've got to just bow your back, get your mean on. Very, very little mistakes, but it's going to be a statement game. We've got to come out, punch them in the mouth, kick them in the shins, call them some bad names, but we just got to come with it, brother.
Savage Dog says he agrees with you. Shamecock fans are horrible.
Yeah,
so
they're
Savage Dog peeking over the fence, hanging out with us today before this matchup between the Tigers and the Georgia Bulldogs. So, Tom, if I said that DJ Uiagalelei had to throw the ball, because Dabo Swinney was asked, hey, what if you got to throw it 70 times? He said, whatever we got to do to win. But if I told you that DJ has to throw the ball 45, 50 times against Georgia, does Clemson win that ball game?
100%. 100%. 40 to 50 times, yeah. If that's what they're giving us, yeah, absolutely. Because sometimes you got to throw the ball. It doesn't need to be 40-yard bombs, 50-yard bombs with a little dink and dunk. Some screen passes, yeah. I mean, a pass is a pass. It doesn't have to be forever, two and forever. I mean, you do a little screen passes.
I mean, I think certainly this game is more important in the moment for Georgia because of the way their fans feel about their program and seeing Clemson's success. But forget just Sunday morning when people are waking up. Who is this game more important for from now until the end of the college football season, Clemson or Georgia?
Oh, I would say Georgia, because if you lose this game, Georgia's probably going to lose another one. If you're looking at Georgia, Florida, they could lose that one. If Kirby loses this one, he's on the hot seat.
Hot take from Clemson Tom. Again, he's on Twitter at Clemson Tom. Make sure you follow him. And, of course, he's kind of been back over on YouTube putting together. Tell me the name of that show again, Tom. I can't remember the name. What is it?
CTS.
CCS.
Like Clemson Tom Sports. But it's not. That's not what it stands for.
Oh, really? CTS.
Yeah, it's CTS. Yeah, that's the company that does it in YouTube. Yeah.
Clemson Tom again here on Clemson Sports Talk on a Friday afternoon as we get you set for the weekend. That is a special one as games will go around the country up until Monday night when it's Ole Miss and Louisville facing off. But how about the one we got on Sunday? Notre Dame, Florida State.
Oh, man, I saw the line for that one. Go ahead and bomb Notre Dame. I don't think Florida State's offensive line can block anything. But definitely going to lay off that a little bit. But that's just still going to be a good game. Florida State's got Milton that just came off of UCF with an injury. Should be comeback player of the year if that was an award in college football, which I think it is. But we'll see how that kind of goes. But honestly, that has potential to be really good or really bad.
Final thing for you, Tom, here. Oh, by the way, I got to show you this real quick. Hold on. Look at this bad boy that we got.
Oh, I need one. I need one. Send it to me.
I got
to put it up in my man cave.
Yeah. You know how much this thing costs? It ain't cheap.
How much are they? Just send text me how much it is. I'll send the money to you.
I think I could probably get you one cheaper. This one's going to be backlit and all fancy. I could definitely get you one cheaper.
No, I want the good one now. It's got to go in my man cave.
This thing costs $75.
I want two of them.
Oh, no. What? If I was getting three, they probably would have sold them to me for $50 a piece.
It's got to go in my man cave. That looks beautiful. I need that.
Oh, it's nice. It's real nice. I made this statement, Tom, and I might be overreaching, but I said, look, I don't care what website you go to. I don't care whose Clemson logos you look at. If the Tiger Paw didn't exist, it'd be a shame if that weren't the actual logo for Clemson football.
100%. That's a dadgum good logo right there, buddy.
Let's go. Tom, your prediction. We got about 40 seconds. Who you got tomorrow night in Charlotte?
Oh, gosh, Clemson. Covering the spread, taking it to Georgia, bringing home the W, putting some Duke's mayo on it. I'm predicting pain. Hurt feelings down in Athens. Kirby Smart, you're on the hot seat.
Tom, y'all enjoy New York, man. Start spreading the news. The Clemson Tigers, according to Tom.
I'm in a New York state of mind, baby. Bringing home the W.
Let's go. We'll see you, Tom. Clemson Tom, live from New York City on the show that shakes the Southland. 803-4